Well, hello there. I'm Kim Berry, editor of Food and Drink Business. Welcome to Play, our weekly news roundup brought to you by GS1 Australia. GS1 is the go-to for all your barcode needs. Head over to gs1au.org and discover the next generation 2D barcodes, a game changer for food and drink businesses. In the news this week, after its second creditors meeting last week, Wayward Brewing and its distribution company Local Drinks Collective are out of voluntary administration, with the creditors agreeing to get 10 cents on the dollar. Founder and sole director Peter Phillip is funding the deed of company arrangement by remortgaging his house, but said it meant that the company and 40 jobs were protected. Sara Lee has been acquired by a private company owned by the Quinn family. It went into voluntary administration last September. In 2012, the Quinns acquired Darryl Lee out of voluntary redundancy, whipped it into shape and sold it to Quadrant Private Equity for $200 million in 2018. Fun fact, the Quinns also owned VIP Pet Foods, which it sold to Quadrant for $410 million in 2015. Costa Group shareholders have resoundingly voted in favour of the Paine Schwartz Partners consortium takeover of the company. The final price of $3.20, which was offered in September, was 30 cents lower than its original offer in July last year, but 98% of proxy votes and 75% of shareholders in the room voted in its favour. The food redistribution tech platform Yume has completed its latest seed funding round, raising a further $2 million. It brings its total capital raising to $7 million, which founder and CEO Katie Barfield said will go towards growing its technology capabilities in preparation for expansion overseas. She said they plan to double its headcount this year, with 75% of new recruits being in its technology and product teams. The platform stops edible food from going to waste by connecting surplus food from manufacturers to businesses and charities that can use it. Since it launched in 2016, it's redistributed almost 8 million kilograms of food, returned more than $22 million to the companies using the platform, and donated more than 1 million meals to charities. This is remarkable. Some packaging news. Chobani has cut the plastic content of its 160-gram tubs of Gippsland Dairy yogurt by removing the black plastic lid and the plastic spoon inlid components. And Nestlé's Allen's confectionery range is reducing its plastic use by the equivalent weight of 4.6 million snakes. Yum. Mountain Culture Beer Co. Status Quo Pale Ale took out this year's top honours at the GABS Hottest 100 craft beer competition. It was up against more than 1,800 beers from 436 craft breweries. Woolworths Group announced it will record a $1.5 billion goodwill write-down against its New Zealand food unit. It's currently in the midst of a transformation program that Woolworths says has made significant progress. But with its first half results coming in 42% lower than the same period last year, and a less than buoyant 3-year forecast, a write-down it was. The company also reevaluated its sphere of influence with its 9% interest in Endeavour Group and decided it was no longer a significant one. The upshot of that was that the investment now shifts places on Woolies' accounting ledger from an equity accounted investment to a financial asset. In non-accountant speak, that means a loss of $209 million. Now, despite those big numbers, CEO Brad Banducci said that the performance of PFD and its Australian food unit was solid. That translates to a forecast profit of something in the vicinity of $1.7 billion, with at least a couple of million there coming from feeding my family of 6. The Brisbane Economic Development Agency has announced the 11 Brisbane-based businesses selected to take part in its 2024 Future Food Global Accelerator program. In its 7th year, the program has helped more than 400 companies pursue investment, find distribution partners, expand operations and explore new markets. We've got the full list and a bit of a rundown about each of them on the news page of the website, so head on over. The Hive Awards are underway. It's a hive of activity. Entries are coming in, which is very exciting, and the judging panel, impressive, and the event venue is booked. It's amazing. You have until February 23rd to get your entries in, so hop to it. The entry process is not arduous, so there are no excuses. Okay, that'll do. For all these stories and more, head to the website, foodanddrinkbusiness.com.au. Remember, subscribe, tell your friends, also tell them to apply for the Hive Awards. Thanks to GS1 Australia, and with that, I'm Kim Berry, over and out.